I don't know what's going on with me, but I've kind of given up a powder puff recently. But I've been using the Morphe M164. I'm gonna use a little bit of this KimChi Puff Puff Pass powder. I swirl my brush to get some powder, knock off any excess, and I've just been setting with a brush. Now you need powder, but at some point, me and powder became frenemies, and I needed it, but too much could go bad really, really quick. Ever since I've switched to using a brush, things have gotten a lot better. These smile lines, blur them out. Look how skin is looking so far. It's actually crazy. Okay, now I do still need to set the perimeter of my face. And now the perimeter of my face is not the area that has so much texture. It's really kind of the pores in the middle for me. So it can handle a little bit more, if you know what I'm saying. This is a Juvia's Place foundation powder. I'm gonna use it with a big fluffy kind of foundation brush, and I'm gonna press it into the skin all around if I had a beard. Literally, I'm going to set my beard. This is gonna smooth that texture in the lower part of the face and also give you a little bit more coverage, which I need. Hi babe, I'm filming. And then I'm also gonna use it to just set the whole perimeter of the face, including right on top of the bronzer and blush that we did, because that's gonna create a slip layer when we go with the powders in just a second. When I first tried this bronzer, I didn't like it at first, and then I posted a video about it and was like, look, I don't like how this looks. And then I watched the video back and I was like, that actually looks fabulous. And I haven't put it down since. And I barely even made a dent, but this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Smooth Blur Bronzer. And the smoothing and the blurring is for real. Morphe brush, the M240. You see how it has this flat side? Putting that curve right there in that cheek and then just doing little taps. And it just makes it so easy. Just melt right in. Sides, right on top of the nose. We'll work on that later. Just get some color payoff. And then just kind of setting the work that we did around the jaw. It really does smooth and blur, but it is matte. So it's not accentuating any of the texture. So everyone kind of forgot about this Too Faced blush in the shade Candy Clouds. Cloud Crush, I mean. No, it is Candy Clouds. It kind of has a little bit of a purple undertone, which is going to cancel out any orange on the skin and leave behind the pink. So I'm going to take it on a M244, knock off the excess. This is also a matte but blurring formula. And I'm going to go just a little higher and do a little tap. Look how beautiful that is. Stop it right now. Both sides. Okay, we're back with eyes, lips, and brows. Let's finish up this face. I did take a little bit of the Stone Cold Fox palette, the shade Luxe. It's an eyeshadow. I'm very obsessed with it, and I used it to brighten up the eye and out here to clean up the eyeshadow. I like an eyeshadow to do the brightening work because it's going to have all of the pigment and none of the bulking ingredients that are just going to emphasize texture, especially under the eyes. I'm going to take that same shade on a flat brush. I'm going to take it on the side of the brush, but then I'm going to hold that brush flat and I'm going to go right just barely on the tippity of the nose and then a little bit on the tip as well. Honestly, it's a nose job with makeup. We want this makeup to last. Get your hair out of the way. I literally will wrap my arm around my face like this. Give it a little prime pump to make sure it's not doing anything weird. And then just, oh gosh, hold your breath. I want to do one last smooth of texture. So I'm going to take a little bit of this e.l.f. HD powder. This has been a love of mine for years. It specifically needs to be the HD and it specifically needs to be the loose. And we're just going to press it right where we have pores and it's going to instantly filter them without adding any heaviness. It actually is amazing and it's like $6.